Over the past few weeks, I've been talking about some of the self-publishing resources that I enjoy and prefer and use. And now we're coming up to an area that's very sensitive for a lot of people. It's book marketing. Book marketing, folks, it's just not easy. Coupled with the fact it's never ending and the options are absolutely limitless, where do you start and what do you use to market your book? BookBrush has been my go-to tool for creating graphics for my book marketing needs and for other authors. And you're probably saying, okay, what does that mean? Okay, they're not running ads for you per se, but they're able to create the assets, the graphics for that ad, or for things that you could use, say, on social media or in video in some cases. We're going to talk about BookBrush and why I feel that it is ideal for you to get and probably a necessity for some. Stay tuned. What's happening? Is Dale here, and I'm just tickled to death. You took a little bit of time out your day to spend a little bit of time with me to talk about my favorite thing in self-publishing. Folks, normally I come to you with some type of a sponsorship, but since a lot of these videos and audio podcasts are covering some products and services I like, I am part of affiliate programs that help compensate me. Today's a little different, though. There's no affiliate program for BookBrush. They've actually given me complimentary access that I'm able to share more about this type of stuff, but it has not influenced my opinion because I could have easily turned them down. And you're going to find the cost is relatively inexpensive. So even if they didn't give it to me, I'm not telling BookBrush to revoke my access, then I would probably still endorse it. Go to dalelinks.com/bookbrush just so I know that you're coming through this channel. And if you happen to go to BookBrush without that, go to bookbrush.com. Just tell them Dale sent you on over there. But first of all, what is BookBrush? You're like, what the heck? What's this brush and why is it on a book? In their words, put your book into over 300 different real-life visuals. Use our cover templates to create a beautiful book cover in a matter of minutes. In my words, it's like Canva on steroids for authors. Now, if you're not familiar with Canva, do yourself a favor, come out from underneath that rock. Go to Google, type in Canva or go to canva.com and you'll see what I mean. There's a lot of authors that do lean on Canva because it is a great free resource, and even the premium version that is relatively inexpensive. However, Canva is meant for business professionals and the like. It's not necessarily tailored to authors. Yes, they have things like book cover design in them, and they have features that you can utilize that could possibly match up, but it all pales in comparison to what BookBrush has. They know what we need and they give what we want. You can create ad graphics, book covers, book trailers, even email signatures, which is kind of insane to me that you can just go and create an email signature with BookBrush. Just pretty amazing. You think about all the emails that you send out, what a lost opportunity if you don't have an email signature that's humbly bragging about that awesome book that you published. So what are the features for BookBrush and what's the cost? You know, I was sitting here thinking I could tell you all the features and then I would go over the costs and such like that, but I feel like it's cagey and I'm sure that you guys probably get a little annoyed because you just want to kind of get the information and get going. I understand that. It's best to walk through the plans in order so you know what you get and what is possible, because obviously you had some lower tier plans, you're limited. And on the higher tier plans, you have no limits whatsoever. So I want to let you know that all the plans are annual, with the exception, of course, the free plan. Free plan, there is no annual plan. You just sign up and it's free and that's it. And I will tell you this, that I've been signed up with them for a long time. They never spam my email. It's very selected times that I see any emails come out. And it's usually whenever there's some type of updates. All right, let's go ahead and discuss this free plan. Now, it's good for one author, but you can have unlimited pen names. So for some reason, you're like, oh, I've got 12 pen names that I use. Can I be able to use BookBrush? Yes. So it doesn't matter. It's just for one user. So if you, for some reason, have a virtual assistant of some sort, you're probably going to have to offer a login in order for them to get into that and access that. Now, this is the limitation. Because it's free, you get a limited amount of the images and assets that you want. It starts out with about 15 image downloads per month. Now, again, you've heard me kind of talk about it. It could be a book cover. Maybe it's a BookBub ad graphic of some sort. Maybe it's a Facebook ad graphic. Maybe it's just a 3D book cover that you want to kind of share on your website. Either way, you get about 15 of those. So be very selective with that because obviously 15's easy to burn through within the course of the month. Now, here's the really cool thing. You don't necessarily have to come with all your graphics because they actually are directly integrated with the free image website. And I think, and I could be speaking out of turn, it's Pixabay or maybe it's Pexels of some sort, but it's a free image site. So you're not worrying about getting anything outside of Creative Commons, meaning you don't need attribution. It's about roughly 1.5 million photos and graphics you can choose from. It's a lot. It's a ton. Now, the next thing is author specific stamps. So the stamps are just unique identifiers you can put on a page, everything from sold at Amazon to 99-cent deal. These stamps are going to work for you. You're not going to find those type of stamps over on Canva. Yeah, I'm looking at you sideways, Canva. You see me where I'm coming at from you. There's also 200 plus 3D cover templates. So if you've been going over to Fiverr and paying someone to get a 3D book cover, stop doing it. Okay, you can get it done over at BookBrush 100% free. I've seen this put in as an extra an added benefit inside some Fiverr gigs and such like that. And I always just kind of shake my head because I'm like, yeah, I could do the same thing just on BookBrush here. So don't pay extra for 3D covers, folks, because you can get it done for free over in BookBrush. Now, they also have 3,000 plus author specific templates. Now, they have, if you're like me, I am not good at graphics. Graphic design is not my forte. I know enough to make me dangerous, and that's about it. I'm also indecisive, right? Super indecisive. So having templates put in front of me that look visually nice, and all I have to do is switch out a few, parts, then all the better. So their templates make life so much easier. So when I go into BookBrush, I'm not spending hours working on something. However, let's put a pin in that working on hours thing, and we're going to come back to it because there are some features that you will enjoy. You will end up spending hours if you wanted to. It's that much fun. So that's it for the free plan, which is crazy. If you stopped listening to me at this point and you went over to BookBrush and signed up for the free account, I won't be angry. But if you hear me out, you're actually going to hear that the stuff that's the best stuff is behind the paywall. It's where you're going to have to do a little bit of an investment. The Plus plan. Now, this is the most basic plan beyond free. It's about $8.25 per month. Everything is done annually, is billed annually, all right? So that means that's $99 for the year. You get everything in the free plan, all right? But you also get unlimited image downloads. So remember, we are capped at 15 images for the free plan. You no longer have to worry about it. So let's just say, for instance, you placed your book just a skosh off to the left. You're like, I don't like it on this ad. Oh man, I'm out of images for the month, and you got to wait till the next month. Or if you're sketchy, you probably go and open up another BookBrush account. Don't be sketchy, all right? Don't open up. Just keep the same account, all right? But at any rate, you can do unlimited image downloads with the Plus plan. Makes life easier. Here is the really cool thing I've used myself. There are particular fonts that I identify as something part of my brand. In fact, actually, if you ever see me on YouTube and you see like the graphics that are at the top of my video or the graphics that are on my thumbnails, there's a text I use called Bebas New. Now, Bebas New is a free font you can find online. It looks like Impact. But it's all typically in bold lettering as well as capital letters. So at any rate, I'm able to upload that font and use that. Now, you can't do that on the free plan. And to me, that would be so limiting. So as a minimum, if I were to ever have to, cut costs or whatever, and BookBrush decides they're not going to give me an account or anything else like that, totally fine, because I would just go to the $8.25 plan, get the upload font package that they have there. The next thing is animation tools. This is really one of the tools, in my opinion, I don't see BookBrush probably talking enough about, is you can actually create like animated graphics and you can turn it into an MP4 or even a GIF of some sort. If you call it GIF, fight me. I don't care. It's called GIF. We're sticking with it. All right. That's the way we talk here in Self-Publishing with Dale. So at any rate, the animation tools though, fantastic. It's really neat, especially if you want to create something like a graphic you can toss over onto Instagram and maybe pop it up over on Reels. Great way to do it. You get priority support, which I hope you get support in any one of these things, and also cover creator. So cover creator is something that's new within the last couple of years, I think it is, with BookBrush. But essentially, if you cannot afford to hire out a designer, or you don't want to hire out a graphic design artist who works on book covers, it's totally fine. You've got the cover creator. You can do it yourself. There's plenty to work with. It's rather intuitive too, so you don't need to worry about getting lost or anything else. Do I think it's the best option? It's the best option for anybody that's on a budget, and also anybody that has a keen eye for graphic design. For me, I'm probably not going to touch the cover creator just for the fact that I'm just not very good at making covers. Just going to say it point blank. Next, plan. All right, this is the plan I started with when I initially started working with BookBrush. It's Gold Plan. Gold Plan runs about $12.25 per month, and it's billed annually at $146. That's $146. It has everything in the Plus plan and the popular feature. And this is the one, they won me over on it. Like, when they launched this, I was like, okay, you got my attention. It's the popular feature called Instant Mockups. Now, just picture this. It's just like a real life photo. All right, it could probably be someone sitting on the couch and you're looking over their shoulder as they got their feet propped up. They're holding onto their e-reader, and oh my gosh, look at that. Your book is on their e-reader. So it creates real life mock-ups of your book in the wild. And it has like hundreds of these instant mock-ups, probably thousands. It's probably closer to thousands. I don't know at this point. But either way, very great feature. Because BookBrush initially came to me and I was like, I can kind of do that stuff on Canva. And then they came out with instant mockups. I was like, oh, now you got my attention. Instant mockups are fantastic. In fact, I'll tell you a little bit more about their Instant Mockups 2.0 that they just recently launched towards the end of this podcast here. And last but not least is the box set creator. So if you have a series or a box set of books that you want to kind of visually represent, they can create that for you. Have I used it? I have not used it, but I don't really have too many series that I would probably utilize it on. Last but not least is the Platinum Plan. Now, the Platinum Plan is the top tier. It's the unlimited version. It's $20.50 per month. That's $246 annually. You get, of course, everything in the gold and before that, but you also get platinum mockups in addition to the instant mockups that you get on the gold. There's additional templates exclusive just to the Platinum Plan. So that's kind of cool. I've got the Platinum Plan now, so of course I don't know which ones we get and which ones we don't. I would imagine that it's not going to be made available to you, or it probably will have like a warning on it saying, hey, look, you've got to get the Platinum Plan for this. Now, this next one is a real game changer, especially for those of you out there that want to create book trailers. No longer do you have to pay $100, $200, $300, $400, or even more for your book trailer when you can create it yourself. Now, the trailer creator comes in two different types of versions. There is like an advanced version. It's a deep dive. You're talking you can do all these different types of tracks. You could do overlays. You could do graphics, all the things that you want to do. You could do it inside Trailer Creator. Now, if you are overwhelmed and you don't like to have a ton of extra features and such like that, they actually have a very basic version of it. It's the Easy Trailer Creator. And they have like templates you just select from, and you just drag and drop the things that you need to, and you're all set. Trailer Creator, game changer. If you're thinking about getting trailers made for your book and you're wanting to kind of put it out over on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook, so on and so forth, then this might be the tool for you, considering it's only $20.50 for a month, $246 annually. Think about that. If you just made yourself, I would say half a dozen or more different book trailers, you just pretty much recoup the cost, because that's probably something that's going to be much more expensive if you just bought a single book trailer, and a good one, I would say, as well. And this one's interesting. I didn't know this. And Kathleen, my apologies. Kathleen's my contact over at BookBrush. I did not know this. There's actually background removal credits. You actually get 10 background removal credits. So now let's just say, for instance, you want to take a picture or a headshot of yourself, remove the background so you can put it, let's say, on an ad of some sort, or maybe on your back book cover, something like that. you could do that now. Now, this is a $96 value is what they said. But the 10 background removal credits per month, that's really cool. I did not know that was there. Now, I know Canva had it, but it's not the best. I imagine it's going to be much better here with BookBrush. They are very, very deliberate about releasing any type of features without first testing it and such. So Platinum, there's so many reasons to invest in that. However, which is going to be the best plan for you? I'm going to talk about that here as giving you my final thoughts when it comes to BookBrush. Of course, today's brought to you in part by BookBrush itself. I've got myself free access in exchange that I can just share it here with you folks. I would not endorse or promote this product if I didn't wholeheartedly stand behind it. You can go over to my link, dalelinks.com/bookbrush, or if you just want to skip that because I don't get any affiliate sales, go to bookbrush.com and just tell them Dale sent you. Here are my final thoughts. Get the free plan. If you're an author, get the free plan. Save yourself the time and the heartache because you can at least download 15 free images a month. You get tons of templates to choose from, so it makes it super, super simple for you. Skip Canva. Canva's okay. You could probably get some good stuff, but the biggest issue is Canva. Everybody's using it. BookBrush, not everybody's using it. So that's the nice part, that you're going to have a little bit of a competitive edge on the other authors that are using Canva versus using BookBrush. I haven't sold you on BookBrush yet versus Canva. I think this probably should have been the whole concept of today's podcast. Upgrade to the Gold plan if you can afford it. It's the most popular, has all the features you could need. Now, what about Platinum? Because you heard me say, hey, I've got Platinum. Yes, if you can afford it, but only if you're willing to go ahead and put some time into making some book trailers. Make it worthwhile. Get yourself some book trailers. If you're going to need some backgrounds removed, fantastic. And also, if you need a little bit more variety in your instant mockups, because obviously in the Platinum plan, they have more of those things. Now, they recently upgraded instant mockups to version 2.0. They put in some new designs, new features. You want to go take a look at that. Go visit, of course, that link, that referral link that I sent you to, or bookbrush.com. Hey, folks, as we start to wrap up today's podcast, I want to let you know you can get advanced access to all podcasts by visiting dalelinks.com/YouTube podcast 1 week before the audio podcast content publishes. And next week, we're going to be talking about one of my absolute favorite resources, Ally. And that's the Alliance of Independent Authors. Not sure what that is? Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that come next week. Easy for me to say it today. In the meantime, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I will catch you next week. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Special shout out to my channel members for both the podcast channel and the main channel. Without your support, some projects we do at Self-Publishing with Dale would be much harder to fund. If you want to contribute to the cause, visit dalelinks.com/memberships for details and get your on-screen shout out at the end of each broadcast. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll see you soon.